Okay, let's have a little look at the first hole at the Kingfisher Club here. Longish par 4, down the hill, and a little dogleg off to the right. 500 yards on the card, plays plenty less than that. Let's pop one down there. So that's probably going to kick a little bit to the right on the fairway, which is sloping left to right. I think you'll do well to reach that bunker unless there's a lot of wind behind you. So there you go, there's a nice flat patch of fairway down there. To the green, 192, playing 189, wind behind, flattish. Some little one of them. Acceptable. There you go. So you see the green, it's got a couple of sections. I've tried to make these greens that they're pretty fair if you're close to the hole, but if you get a little bit far away, you're going to have something to deal with. I've taken the green out of the picture here by not being on the green. A world-class chip. There you go, easy par, nothing to worry about there. Second hole is going to go up the hill that we came down on the first, but it's pretty short, 450. Up and round the corner, and if the wind is cooperating, you can take a pretty big chunk off of this as well. Even with that wind, you can take a bit off the corner here. Give it a bit of a slap. So again, fairways are pretty generous. I've not pinched any of the fairways really. There are good bits and bad bits on some of the fairways, but generally you can express yourself off the tee on this golf course. It's not difficult off the tee, but there is difficulty in it. 129 into the wind. 130 something. This is probably the smallest green on the course. I've pulled that. It's probably one of the harder greens. It's the only one that's really a little bit of an upturn bowl. I'm desperately trying to go down a little slope there. So we'll have a look when we come out here. It's a little bit tabletop, but it's going to be a wedge in, and there's not too much trouble actually on the green. Well, this one's got double break-ish in it. Greens aren't fast, 165, but they're enough to make me look average. Easy par. Now I'll show you the third hole. The third hole is, again, shortish par 4, 3 par 4s to start. This one's going to go around the corner to the right. This one, I would say, does have a little bit to think about in terms of the tee shot. It's probably the only tee shot which asks a bit of a question, because it's going to come around the corner here and you can't really go over the trees. So it's not really my intention to take the driver out of your hand very often, and if you are comfortable enough shaping your shots to the extreme, you can hit a driver off here and it won't go in this stream. There's loads of room on the right, but obviously the more club you take, the more risk you take here. For me, the shot here is a 3-wood fade. The wind's going to help us. I think you can almost not get that wrong. There's plenty of fairway there. While it looks like a slightly thoughtful tee shot, if you look at it for 2 minutes, you'll see you can still unwind a shot there really, and you're going to get plenty of fairway to aim at. And the green here, most of the greens, the slopes are going to probably help you a little bit. Like here on these greens, there's a couple of tiers on there, but in the most part the tiers are going to help you get the ball down to the hole, so deal with it for God's sake and moan about the tiers. Come on, no more tiers. 134 playing what, 130, let's call it 5.5. Get that there. I'll just do that. Oh, a little bit aggressive again, but pretty simple 2-putt. I hope you guys haven't come here to get any putting tips. You're in the wrong place. On to the first par 3. Again, that's pretty self-explanatory. I need to fly over, but again, so this is a Redan for the golf architecture nerds. So this is going to slope away from you. It's not that long, but all of the slope on the green is going to help you get this ball down to the flag if it's down there. So that's 187, playing 185, and the green is going to slope down there. So if I get this right, that you'll see that there's plenty of help there, and the wind's only going to help us as well. Swing is good. I've hit that a bit hard. So you can come up a bit softer there. I mean, it's not a bad shot, but see now the hill is hurting me rather than helping me. But if you drop that a little bit short, it'll just roll down towards the hill. It'll be very pleasing. Holy birdie. And then the first par 5, the 5th. Quite, again, just the widest fairway in the world. No protection to the hole really from the tee shots, but this one might get you thinking if you're in some sort of range for the second shot to get to the green, because it's down the hill, and the protection you'll see comes there from a few little bumps and mounds. A lot of my thinking when I first started this course was kind of Augusta style, and I moved away from that quite a lot as I went through, but some things remain that are kind of Augusta style, and one is those kind of bumps around the green, which you kind of see on the 8th hole at Augusta. But it gives you some options. I like having some thinking to do about what the ball's going to do when it lands on these long shots, because the way those slopes are, you can get the ball moving towards the green once it's landed from either side. But that wind there, God, I think I'll go this way. And I like that. I like the ball moving on the floor, but I don't want it to be, you know, like pinball crazy golf. I still want it to look like a normal golf course and be a normal golf course. This is 50-50. Oh, look at the slope as well. And this could hit the tree. So, I mean, the safe thing to do here is possibly to lay short or play out to the right, but because there's fairway all around the the green, you may as well have a go for it. You might get a funky lie, but again, that's part of the reason I kind of like fairways all around the green as well. Bit of a tug. Let's see what happens. Oh, this could be good actually. That's just going to come up short, but that's not a bad spot. An average chip, it should be a birdie. A bit about it. The greens aren't crazy, but you get the odd one like this. I am shit at this. Oh, world class. Okay, the 6th hole. Another dog leg. The way that looks when the camera comes down, it sort of feels like you're gonna run out of fairway there, but even if I hit this dead straight, I don't think you're ever gonna run out of fairway there. No, it's always gonna be fine, unless there's a real howling wind behind you there. That is a pretty straightforward shot. I think this hole is pretty straightforward, to be honest. But you see, so this is kind of like the edge of the property here, so you start to see more like heavy rough as we get towards the edge of the property. There's some heavy rough going on down here. And you see the fence there, which is the boundary of the property. 117 yards. It's another laser. Oh, that's a good job. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, borderline too easy, but there are some pins that ask a couple of questions here, and that's a great putt into the extreme left-hand side of the hole. And if the wind's blowing again, the greens are going to get you if you're far from the pin here. Okay, this is the 7th hole. It's right, so you see again, we're on the edge of the property here, so that's where I've lit the rough guard a bit. It's not as manicured as it is as you get more towards the clubhouse. This is probably my favourite hole. It's a short par 5. I think short par 5s are kind of overlooked a little bit. There's a great fly from my drone going straight through the tree. Oh shit, it's alright. Short par 5s seem to be overlooked. There are ways to make short par 5s difficult and dangerous. I mean, again, going back to Augusta, I'm not obsessed with Augusta, but there are a few classic things there that you've got to learn from, and one is the 13th. It's a short par 5 and it's really, really dangerous. So this short par 5, whilst it's not really, really dangerous because I've not gone wild with the water on this golf course, it's not easy either, and there are some things that can cause you trouble if you don't get into the right spot. So there's a nice hill down here that you're going to have to roll down if you want to get a view of the green. So the wind is not helping us, so I'm going to try and absolutely smash one down there, and hopefully we should still get a view. It was right on the limit with that bunker. Oh shit, that's going in. Right, there you go. See, it's difficult. Because the more you take that bunker on, the more the slope you get, and the much more likely it is that you're going to get a view, particularly here when the pin is over on the left hand side of that green. Anyway, the pin is of no interest to me now because they're stuck laying up like a loser. So there you go. Oh, good, that was good. Kind of demonstrated pretty well that I wanted to make a par 5 that wasn't long, that still had some kind of teeth. And there's a bit about the green, and again, what I've done with this green is if you're hitting a long shot in here from just over the bunker, and the pin is where it is. The green is going to help you get the ball there because it's all going to slope. You can run it all the way around the side here. I just find those shots where the ball's moving for a long time on the green, particularly second shots of par 5s, that's just the most satisfying thing in the world. So I wanted that on the golf course. 108, probably playing, what, 112 into a bit of wind. Pretty much like this. Not get too far that way. There you go. We're still very much residents of birdie opportunity town here, and indeed birdie owner town. We own that birdie. Look at that, 4 in a row. This course is too easy. Which punk made this? Hole 8. This used to be a par 4, and I ended up softening it around a bit, and I made this little par 3. It's not that little, it's actually kind of a bit tricky, this par 3, but again, there's slopes that help you. If the green ran away from you there, this would be difficult, but it doesn't, so it's only going to help you. 187 down 5, so this might need, with that wind. Should just go past the pin. So yeah, this might be beneficial to get it a bit further up that slope, really, and I'll get more benefit from it. But, you know, far from impossible to get close to that pin. So shitted downhill putts. It's gonna miss left. Onwards. And the 9th hole. Again, I'm pretty fond of this one. When I rejigged the 8th and the 9th, they were par 4 and then 3, and now they're 3 then 4. This hole came out quite nicely. I mean, if you were a club golfer, this would be like an absolute nightmare, but we're not. It's a game, so we can at least guarantee we're going to hit the ball in the air, so you can just get it out into this pretty generous fairway here. You know, if you were being super greedy, you might bring the water into play there, but there's no need to be greedy here. There's enough fairway for everybody. Just 150 to the back pin. Look at that, and we're back at the putting green there, and a very modest clubhouse, 10th tee behind. A little bit of slope on the fairway. 150, it's going to go a little bit too far. That is a wank hit. Welcome to Shit Shot TV. Just want to show you this bunker. It is a shape. What's it there? Oh, that has gone fucking miles. Oh, we're not going to bogey here, are we? Come on, man. So the last downhill putt I missed left of the hole. Effortless bunker short game genius. Welcome to the 10th hole. you know, like you need me to tell you, it's a par 4. It's a soft. It's not even a dogleg really. It's just the shape of the fairway front that makes it look like it is. It's pretty much straight off the tee. Should avoid the bunkers. Slow perfect. I just took my time there. Took my time. Then perfect. Take your time. So again, a bit about this green. It's a decent size, but nothing funny. Again, like all of the course, it's only when the wind is up and you're really going to get yourself out of position that it's going to be difficult. Apart from that, it's pretty fair. It's playing 140. And not a lot of people know that if you go in the side of the hole, extra money, extra points, extra Instagram followers, extra everything. More benefit to going in the side of the hole. Right, so here's one of the shorter par 4s. It's a little bit of bunker trouble, and what I've done here is there's possibly benefit to coming up short there. There's a big hill there and it gets a bit bumpy down there, so you don't necessarily guarantee yourself a flat lie, and you're going to be hitting a long way up to the pin. So personally, I think 3-wood is the club here. Not that anybody is ever going to do that, because it's very difficult to convince people not to hit the driver, but I do want to give some benefit to not hitting the driver sometimes without explicitly taking the choice to use the driver away from you. I don't like that. I hate split fairways where the driver's going to land in water and things like that. It's just so lame. Let's call it 96. So I've got a little green up on this one because it's a little hole and you're going to be hitting a wedge. So on the left of it, I mean, I've calmed this green down quite a lot because we don't want too much yellow and red, but it's got a bit, and you wouldn't really want to putt too long on this green, but nor should you ever unless you are in deep trouble. So I want to hit what, 96 I said, don't I? The swing stick. I do that when I so delicately try to push forward on the stick that I literally do nothing. Not a great result either. So you see there's a little bit going on this screen. Those little white beads are moving about a bit. Oh, do me a favour. Oh my goodness me, that was delightful. Hole par 3. Again, I like this one. That's the thing. I mean, I didn't do the whole hole by hole, but I sort of did the back and then bits of the front, and then as I've got more and more into it, I like putting these kind of rough areas. I just like the way they look. So I think if I do another golf course, it'll be a lot more rugged. Much like myself, I'm a very rugged, handsome man. So that's reflected in my rugged and handsome golf course. So that's playing down 5. So 183, 182, a bit of wind. What we got going on here slope wise, you know, nothing but help from the greens. You know, all my greens just helpful, man. This is going to be too much. A little fade maybe. Get down a bit. No, that's bollocks. See, that needs to land a lot sooner to make maximum use of the slope. But see, look at the help. Even when I've hit a knot. Oh, look at it! Oh my god. Have I made that pin too easy? Yeah. So, judging by that, you can just hit anywhere on the green. And you get a decent birdie putt. Might have to change that. Okay, coming into the sort of the back end of the course here. This is as close as a pinched fairway as I could allow myself to do, and it really isn't much of a pinch. But this is a bit hair-raising. You know, if the wind is really howling, then either you have to start it at the bunkers or you have to start it over the water. So, or I mean, like any of these things, it's not a long hole. You can probably get a 4-iron here, and you're going to have a perfectly acceptable shot. But as I said, nobody ever does that. Well, there you go. Middle-ish. Simple as that. Flat-ish. 122. There's plenty good. This green actually does have a bit of life in it. There's a couple of tiers. It's sort of low tier that we're on here, then up, and then down to another little tier, which is like a bowl. So, you know, more help. 122 yards into the wind a bit. I'm hurting a bit now. What do I want to hit here? 126? Let's try that. Oh, I've cut it a bit. By saying that, I mean I've just cut it 2 feet. Too much. Too easy. This golf course is too easy. You can see the criticism coming now. The 14th, the second to last par 4. So after this, we're going to go 5-3-5. Up the hill, around the left. So this is long and plays up the hill. So this is probably as longish as it gets. Why am I saying ish? Everything's ish. Pratish. So there you go. You've got a couple of bunkers to think about. Here we go. Some OB markers if we're back at the edge of the property. Edge of the property here indicated by an expanse of red. Front pin. Again, this green will help you because it's a bit of a longer shot, but you can go past it. There's a backstop, and if the pin's on the left, the green will help you get it over there. If you come up short, I wonder if you could land this outside on the banker there, and maybe get it close-ish. Anyway, 173 playing 177. How far is that to the front? 166 plus 4. Let's go for a hard 7. I've overdone that. Unimpressive. And you can see one there. I haven't mentioned this, but yeah, so I put fairway everywhere. I kind of like those old classic American golf clubs that have expansive fairway, and I also like the fact it gives the course a little bit of not individuality, but some character. That's not just fairways that all go the same way as every course we play every week. 22 down a foot. It's not easy. I just tickled that. That's not a great part. wonderful celebration from the golf man. He's taking his practice round extremely seriously. Okay, 15, par 5, pretty straight, just down around the corner to the left a bit. That water, I mean, you're never ever going to hit that, I don't think. Really, because anyway, you have to favour the right here, because if you were very unfortunate, you could get blocked out by those trees. That's a lingering Augusta influence as well. Obviously, that's like the 15th hole at Augusta. You will have that problem. I don't know if it's beneficial to hit as close to those bunkers as possible, but you definitely want to hit that slope. Oh, well, that's a pretty good shot, so you shouldn't get blocked out here, I don't think. Kicked a bit. But yeah, we're okay. You can see how easy it would be to get kind of blocked out there. But it's a par 5, and it's still a long way down there, and it's uphill, so it's not that easy to hit this green. No bunkers defending it really, but you've got this kind of big bump of heavy rough on the right. I think it's hard to get up there. Well, let's have a swipe at it. A good swing. Yeah, I think unless the wind is really helping, it's quite difficult to get this one in two, but still an easy birdie, as almost every par 5 is in this game. I should pitch this, but I can't be bothered to look it out. I'm just going to get there. For God's sake. I hate hitting 16-yard or sand wedge chips. I'm fucking shit at it. It's just going to go blazing past. Oh, absolutely. I've made absolutely sure it's not going to go blazing past by barely hitting it at all. Well played. Right. I'll call this an easy birdie. I'm not making it look like it now. Is this going to break that one? Easy birdie. Wow, we're smashing this to pieces, 9 under. There you go, the wind really needs to blow a bit. So the short 16th hole, this one's really short and is like the Redan, like the first par 3, this one is a bit of a template. If you're a template goon like myself, this is it's short and it's got a thumbprint in it. Some grubby hand has come along and put his thumb in the middle of that while the green was still wet. And now I've got a thumbprint. But this pin, I mean, obviously I'm talking about the green's helping your ball to the hole. That's the most extreme example of it. But when the flag's not in the thumbprint, it can be pretty good this hole. I like that challenge of trying to get it on the right little bit and not going into the thumbprint. Or if you have to putt through the thumbprint, you're in a world of thumb hurt. 127, up 5, so I want to take it off. Let's take off. Again, this is going to roll down there anyway, so. That's probably about as poor a shot as you can hit there. That's about as far as I think it's possible to be. Really, not perfect. There we go. Bit of high quality golf for you guys. On to the 17th, the last par 5. Let's let this flyover go here and see how much it goes directly through the trees. Down to the lake, split fairway. I've not got a lot of split fairways, but here's one. So around the corner, through the trees. That's actually quite nicely judged by the flyover. Up to again, a green that's more protected by the mounds and the contours around it than anything else. So when the wind is not too bad, you can totally get up there. Obviously there's a bit of risk involved, but not too much. Yeah, that'll be fine. I like the look of this here, it's nice with the lake. See, this one's short, because you cut that off, it's pretty short, but holding this green, because you're hitting across it like that, is really hard. With a long club, obviously, if you play it as a 3-shot, you just got a wedge, so it's fine. I'll try and hit this green, but I don't fancy my chances. Oh, shot. That's actually alright. See, it's still not going to hold it up. But, you know, we all know a chip from this distance is not a bad spot to be. Oh, I smoked it. Oh well, there you go. Yes, mate. Yes, it really means something. Okay. 10 under onto the 18th. I've not gone crazy with the 18th. Obviously, usually you get to the 18th and you get something that's a bit too long, or I wanted to make it scoreable. I really wanted these last 3 holes to be scoreable, really, so you can make up some ground at the end of your round. But it's 18, you know, it's got to be pretty. I'd say these bunkers don't really come into the equation unless it's really howling wind. Again, if you can shape your tee shots on this course, you're going to get some benefit. I mean, you can pretty much go over that tree on the left if you really want to cut a bit off. And without the wind in your face, you can get all the way down that hill. Not today. Not for me. But it's short. You see that plays, that's 159 on the card, and it doesn't play anything like that. 139 playing 140. Let's try and do something. Yeah. No, not too bad. There you go, a little clubhouse in the background, how pretty. Again, it's modest. I've tried to make this kind of a nice golf course, but not a country club or anything. It's going to take off right and then stop turning. In the side, that's 1,000 more followers on Instagram. There you go, lads. KF 0.1, the beta of the Kingfisher Club. I'd love to hear any thoughts. There you go, have a play, see what you think.